Okay, so I'm really happy today to have Paul and Mal with me from RWD. They just announced a really exciting partnership, and we want to talk a little bit about it. So now I'm going to ask you to tell us about the partnership, what it means to RWD, and why you entered into this kind of partnership.
Well, it's actually very exciting. What we're doing is we're really expanding our portfolio, but expanding our theme along with it. Our theme is pretty solid in the area of learning and performance support for the workplace. So following that, we focus on learning, we focus on performance support, and collaboration. What Proton Media's alliance with us does is it brings us the capability even further to take that and bring it home, but in a virtual 3D world, to allow people to work with each other virtually, not geographically, and then also bringing people to information that wouldn't have ordinarily been brought to themselves.
Oh, fantastic. That sounds great. And Paul, you've been working with 3D for a while. Can you tell a little bit about your history and how you kind of pioneered the concept in organizations which you remember?
Yes, absolutely. I started with Protosphere probably around 2005 when I was with Johnson & Johnson, and brought that together to bring our clinical teams together. And really, we're seeing a lot of advancement in the product and a lot of capabilities, particularly in the Microsoft suite now, and more of the collaboration as a component of the 3D aspect. So, as Mal said, that allows us to really bring our people together with the technology or other people and documents that they share.
Right. Now, Mal, I understand that you are launching this partnership announcement at two conferences at once. Can you explain a little bit?
Sure. We're actually here today in Chicago at the American Society for Training and Development, their annual conference. So we have the press release here, we have the announcement and full demonstration capability as well. And so far it's getting great traction and great reviews. Simultaneously, we're actually at the American SAP Users Group and Sapphire Conference in Orlando doing this very same thing. So we're both, just like we have here on the exhibit floor, it's going on in parallel with the two locations. So that once again, we can bring not just what we were saying here about people together and people near information, but also taking a lot of the types of content that we already developed with our current applications that we actually own, and actually bringing those to bear in this 3D environment as well.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes. Very interesting. So, Paul, can you give some examples of how you can see some RWD clients really benefiting from the power of this 3D collaborative space?
Absolutely. We have our integrated job performance model, which involves learning, performance support, and collaboration. And we've done collaboration in the past through other media, but this allows us to really get people together virtually and share their experiences in an immersive environment that they feel like they're part of the entire process. So I see us taking that further from not only working together, but the ongoing collaboration, bringing the other social media components to it for finding experts, for example, with individual profiles, and really being able to shrink the globe from that perspective and bring people together.
So Mal, RWD is known as a company that brings together processes and improves performance, really helps organizations reach their potential. And this is another tool in that toolkit. Can you explain how it fits into your overall product offering? You talked about that a little bit earlier.
Sure.
How do you think it maybe expands what RWD is now capable of?
Well, like Paul said, we really look at things from a holistic perspective. When we look at this, it's not just learning, or just performance support, or just collaboration. It expands that circle just to be bigger, so we're able to reach more. So as an example, we have a demonstration going here that is a very classic classroom for new employee orientation. It's something everyone can understand and everyone can see. Short of doing this with the Proton Media application, Protosphere, then what we've done is we're forced into a flat virtual meeting type of environment where I'm just telling you things as opposed to us interacting. So what it does is it blows it up to a much more interactive, much more valuable and longer, hopefully better retention type of environment to help with that business transformation that companies come to us for.
And Paul, you were talking about how you use it at J&J and how it was used in the collaborative space. So you see this, and can you explain a little bit how you might see it into other industries and other organizations?
Sure. Particularly with RWD, some of our clients, we do train on systems systems as well as process and people, but there's also the tangible component of working with equipment or working with devices where we now can simulate an object and have that person working with that object in that 3D space. And so it's not just that one person working in a 3D space, but now they can have a mentor, they can have a collaboration of other people all sharing that same similar experience, whether it's looking at a 3D molecule, whether it's looking at a truck or some kind of a component, electronic component, but they can then see that in 3D, turn it all around, and really get into that immersive experience and understand. And everybody's looking at the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Takes that 2D and brings it right into that 3D, but it really brings it, drives that into
Right, literally to that next dimension.
Exactly.
Helps people feel like they're really in that space. Wow, that's good. Now, how do you, when you see people in the booth and they see, the 3D avatar, and you said a pretty good reaction, but what are they a little uncomfortable? I've done some things in 3D and people say, well, I don't want to be an avatar, or is it really valuable for me to be an avatar? Either one of you, what have you seen?
Well, what I've seen first, it's very attractive. So right off the bat, it gets people's imaginations going and goes to them the next place. The higher level we might have gotten to if it was then just technical training. So when we have that, it's not a matter of discomfort, it's more of a matter of inquiry. They're looking to say, okay, well, what is that about? They're able to look past the avatar and go to the interaction. So in our classroom setting that we have as our demo, they may be the live one in front of a whole classroom of people. In our example, they're not live. They're pretty standard, just sitting there. But on the other hand, if you use their imagination to bring them to the next plane, all of a sudden they're in a classroom and they realize every one of those people can be from a different city, state, or country. And all of a sudden it's just language that's the boundary, not geography.
Yeah, I think the aha moment for a lot of people is when they see that other people can be live in the environment and you can share your experience, whether it's through the voice over IP, the capability to text chat, either a group conversation or on a side note, and really start to get into the example. So, we've been going through the example of the new hire employee orientation, but also showing some of the other aspects of having tangible objects. And I think that's what really starts to click when they see the various ways that you can go into this world and share the experiences that it brings back to that person.
Well, any last things that you want to say about the partnership or about the future of RWD and ProtonMedia?
Well, for me personally, I've worked with Proton Media for years, and just seeing the evolving technology and where things are going, it's just been great to work in this space and really be on the cutting edge and really look forward to long-term relationship with that standpoint.
And I think applying the win-win-win theory to it, that's what I'm looking for, is that both our companies win, but then our clients will win as well, because we're helping them go to the next place as well to help with their business transformation, which is really what's important.
Great. Well, I want to thank you both. The final question is, have you read any good books lately about 3D learning?
As a matter of fact, I have.
That's great.
I should get you to sign my copy.
I haven't yet, but that's next.
Okay.